Okay, so I figured it was time for a bookshelf tour. This particular shelf is history, even though it's not as well organized as it used to be. I'll take you through as much I think as can fit on this video and see how you guys enjoy it. So I'll just start at the top. This is Will and Ariel Durant's The Renaissance volume from the History of Civilization. Andrea Dworkin's Pornography, Men Possessing Women. Ego and Archetype. The 3 volumes of Marcia Eladi's A History of Religious Ideas, volumes 1, 2, and 3. You have The Stone Age to the Illusion Mysteries, From Gautama Buddha to the Triumph of Christianity, and From Muhammad to the Age of Reforms. Joseph Ellis's His Excellency George Washington, a biography of Washington. American Creation, also by Joseph Ellis. The Medieval Vision by Caroli Erickson. In Defense of History by Richard Evans. Augustus by Anthony Everett. Cicero, also by Anthony Everett. The Cash Nexus by Niall Ferguson. The War of the World, 20th Century Conflict and the Descent of the West by Niall Ferguson. Colossus, The Rise and Fall of the American Empire by Niall Ferguson. Who's Who in the Middle Ages. I'll just stop showing you the covers since pulling them out on the very top shelf is a bit tiresome. Have The Culture Wars by, let's see, who is that by? The Myth of a Polarized America by Morris Fiorina. Osimond's Dream, Eric Foner's Reconstruction, Eric Foner's Tom Paine in Revolutionary America, Eric Foner's Who Owns History, The Classical World, An Epic History from Homer to Hadrian, Antonia Frazier's Marie Antoinette, Antonia Frazier's Love and Louis XIV, Catherine de' Medici by Leonie Freda, Religious Revolutionaries by Robert C. Fuller. Pull this out a bit more. John Lewis Gaddis's The Cold War, A New History, Modernism by Peter Gay, and one of Peter Gay's History of the Bourgeois in the Victorian era, The Tender Passion. Okay, I'll try to pull these out a bit more since they're within my reach. Also by Peter Gay, Freud, A Life for Our Time. Education of the Senses by Peter Gay. The Cultivation of Hatred by Peter Gay. The Naked Heart, and there's the title of the entire series, The Bourgeois Experience from Victoria to Freud. And the last of the Peter Gay, at least for here, Weimar Culture, The Outsider as Insider. I won't pull these out individually, but I'll show you what they are up close. And that's volumes 1 through 6 of Gibbon's Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. Okay, so next we have Jonah Goldstein's People of an Almighty God. Rome and Jerusalem, Clash of Ancient Civilizations by Martin Goodman. Anthony Grafton's What Was History? The Art of History in Early Modern Europe. The Classical Greeks by Michael Grant. Bring Out Your Dead, The Past is Revelation by Anthony Grafton. Defenders of the Text, The Traditions of Scholarship in an Age of Science from 1450 to 1800, also by Anthony Grafton. Excuse me, that's my finger. Let's see, don't have anything back there. This is Who Are You? With the subtitle Identification, Deception, and Surveillance in Early Modern Europe by Valentin Grebner. Timetables of History. The Fall of the Roman Empire, A New History of Rome and the Barbarians by Peter Heather. History and Silence. The Histories of Herodotus. Who's Who in Late Medieval England. The Roads to Modernity, The British, French, and American Enlightenments by Gertrude Himmelfarb, who actually happens to be the mother of Bill Kristol, the conservative political commentator, and the wife of Irving Kristol. Adam Hoxfeld's King Leopold's Ghost. And Past Imperfect. Facts, Fictions, Fraud, American History from Bancroft and Parkman to Ambrose, Belisle, Ellis, and Goodwin by Peter Charles Hoffman. Okay, I'll do one more row, I think, and then stop this one. Peloponnesian War by Donald Kagan. This People's History of the Supreme Court by Peter Irons. The Renaissance by Paul Johnson. The American Political Tradition by Richard Hofstadter. The Disinherited by Henry Kamen. Eleanor of Aquitaine and the Four Kings by Amy Kelly. Christ Stopped at Eboli by Carlo Levi. Ross King's Brunelleschi's Dome. Jacques Le Goff's The Medieval Imagination. Le Goff's History and Memory. Le Goff's Medieval Civilization 400 to 1500. Le Goff's Time, Work, and Culture in the Middle Ages. Le Goff's The Birth of Europe. Claude Lévi-Strauss, we're sort of getting out of history here, as you can tell. Like I said, this isn't as organized as it should be. This is Claude Lévi-Strauss's Triste Tropique, the complete translation of the classic work by the Dean of Structural Anthropology. David Levering Lewis's God's Crucible, Islam in the Making of Europe from 570 to 1215. The Assassins by Bernard Lewis. What Went Wrong? The Clash Between Islam and Modernity in the Middle East by Bernard Lewis. From Babel to Dragomans, Interpreting the Middle East by Bernard Lewis. The Muslim Discovery of Europe by Bernard Lewis. Lucan's Parsiphalia, translated by Jane Wilson Joyce. Eamon Malouf's The Crusade Through Arab Eyes. William Manchester's A World Lit Only by Fire. The medieval philosopher Marsilius of Padua's The Defender of the Peace. Some Lost Massey lectures by John Kenneth Galbraith, Paul Goodman, Jane Jacobs, Eric Kiernans, and Emil K. Jr. David McCullough's Truman. David McCullough's John Adams. Frank McClynn's Richard and John, Kings at War. Overcoming Law by Richard A. Posner. Josiah Osgood's Caesar's Legacy, Civil War, and the Emergence of the Roman Empire. And last but not least, and very inappropriately placed, I apologize, The Loss of El Dorado by V.S. Naipaul. So I'll cut this one off here, and this bookshelf has 3.5 more rows, so I'll do those maybe later today or another time. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Bye.